Hey, Spike here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for Anthrocon 2017. Today is Wednesday, so yes, I am early. Nothing going on today, so it's pretty much a free-for-all, though not many people going on right now. However, the Anthrocon flags are already flying high above the convention center. So, just going to spend today just relaxing, just meet up with whoever also came here early. So far, I did see one First Series just walking across Penn Avenue right now. So, see ya. When things start to pick up, I'll bring you guys right back. And because I am back in the West End again, it's back to these buttons again. Elevator E. It's been a while since I had a view from up here, and like I said in a previous video, Tonic is no longer there. It's been replaced by a Mexican restaurant. It's called Condado. Might check that out sometime. And so far I got the suit around the corner there. And there's been some very nice people. They got lots of pictures with the Pittsburgh residents. As always, there's hardly any buttons in here. So we reached lobby level, and let's see how it's coming out right now.
Okay, we're gonna have alternate.
Busy.
Okay, regular people.
Busy.
This is like, we can't go down there, we have to take the elevator.
Here's where I usually stay. What are you doing?
I'm yanking you out of the way.
You almost yanked me right in the city.
Good.
Can I get a picture of both of you?
What? No. Ew. Ew. Hi, Jackie.
Ah, okay. Too much.
You really have to carry the thing around. It must be rotting by now. Oh, what is Brer Fox up to now?
Did you get any?
I think so.
Well, we got something.
Alright, it's good.
Yeah, that's probably the best one right there.
We'll take it.
That was right before you fell.
Oh, don't worry, I got that.
Well, you try that slippery.
Worst case scenario, I can make a new bag.
Nah, we're good, I think.
Okay.
Hi, boy.
Hello.
Yeah. Where's the place go?
I'm here.
Oh, they will. They got all new. They got a lot of good stuff that has been in the shadows for a long
long time, and now they're bringing it back.
After all this time, I finally got Blissey. After all those months of being tortured by the other teams, it's payback time. They do this every year. Multiple universities are giving us a survey as to the demographics of furries. And all of them are either from departments of psychology or sociology. So it asks stuff like, what do you identify as, like male, female, transgender? What you describe as furry, Therian, brony, artist. So questions like that, and it gives you these little gauges there. But on top of that, it's not time to register yet, but we did get access to the con book, which I'm liking this art. And they're giving it the Pittsburgh colors, black and gold. And yes, would remember Takaza Wolf, who died earlier this year, so they'll be doing something a little later today.
They really have that as a selection.
Popular, which I don't consider myself as.
Nope.
Yeah. Now, I swear, when I first saw this piece of artwork, I thought he was wearing a diaper. No kidding. And then I saw that's just the pants, which they don't usually go that short. There's a story in here. Yeah, more artwork. Yeah, normally I don't show artwork on this channel for reasons, but this is on a con book, which is my exception. But it then just gives the staff members the rest of the way. But only one thing scheduled for Thursday, and that is the dance which will occur later today. And I like the reference to the Who's on First sketch. That how many years has it been since that sketch has been made? It's been a long time now. Wait, what does it say?
That's a question.
How many bathrooms were in your childhood home? How is this relevant?
Why is this important? And also make sure you pay attention.
Wow.
Why do they need to know my...
Well, yeah, I mean, how is that relevant?
I don't know my...
And of course, the Ursa Major Awards will be announced a little later this weekend. One other thing I need to mention. Now, remember, I arrived here yesterday, Wednesday. Now, the day that I arrived, you see that bridge over there? Now, something amazing happened. There was a woman who was climbing over the rails to commit suicide, jumping into the Allegheny. A Major League umpire, the home plate umpire, saw her and actually stopped her from jumping. He pulled her back, and I mean that's amazing. And he went on to continue on to PNC Park, which is right behind the bridge, and call the balls and strike behind the plate. So that's quite an amazing story to hear. So I'm glad the woman's all right. But they got the story on the MLB website, if you want to take a look at that, and also some of the broadcasts. What they mentioned at the top of the sixth inning, in the local sports station here. But anyway, it's about an hour to registration, so we just got here early. And I'm in my Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. I know it's not with the theme, which is baseball. This is hockey, but I figure I'll bring this anyway since the Penguins did win the cup earlier this month. So yes, I'll see it. I'll work on the survey, and I will see you later. So the progress made at the dealer stand has not opened yet. They're working hard, and I do notice that over there we have the European poster of Zootopia, which is called Zootropolis over there. So I wonder, that may be up for auction. It's been done with the poster last year. Well, it has been a good day so far. Lots of photos with the Pittsburgh residents, and not only that, I freaking made the news. Take a look. It's Spike in the Pittsburgh jersey. So, yeah, pre-con mixer coming up, heading up there now. So far, the escalator isn't broke, fingers crossed. By the way, the line to the elevator is out the door. And as the sun sets on Thursday, we're heading upstairs for the start of our pre-con mixer. And yeah, nice shot for me to turn into.
No, okay, bye-bye. Can I take a photo with you?
Jeez, you want me to take the picture with you, or are you gonna selfie stop?
Oh, I guess I'll do selfie then. Hold on.
It's a weird spot.
And by the way, I never saw this. By the way, now I think this is supposed to be the zoo this year, because last 2 years has been in Hall D, which has been in an area in the convention center which nobody really went to. So I think, if I'm correct, it's going to end up back here again. But something new. There's a stage here. So I wonder what this is going to be for. Or a cat. Because if you were a cat, you would just be playing with this thing all day.
Really? See, I just think he's in control though. Lean on him, please.
You know you should be eating your food.
Some fakes are
Yeah, hanging out of your mouth.
I'm sure. I just heard it barking.
That's going to be jealous. So that's what we'll do
Where's that add-on? I just
Sometimes popular.
essentially right today of the gate watch, or the people against the.
And my friend in Washington, he's been trying to get a mill tank forever. It's like the one he's missing, other than like region locked ones. I just pulled a 100% perfect mill tank. It's like my 4th mill tank. So now I can rub that in his face because he's got 2 shiny magic cards and I don't have one yet.
Can't wait till trading is in. There's a story discard because we're using stories.
No, just keep it.
Okay.
You have extra points.
All right.
You inherit some points from the person who died and left you that space. I mean left and left you that space. So, this just in. Who violated privacy rights with new brain scan devices? We now go to live footage of an overbearing boss in our continuing coverage of this crisis.
I can do that for you.
Don't let her help you.
Wait, no, never mind.
No, you gotta put down a crisis.
Yeah, it's got to be black card.
Yeah, the judge fills in 2 blanks, you fill in the last one.
The curse card in response to this setup. This just in. Who violated privacy rights with new brain scan devices? We now go to live footage of an overbearing boss in our continuing coverage of
This crisis.
Thank you.
Sorry, I got mine. Let's go.
7.
Oh, you need to. We have to draw on.
Yeah, you get 5
You have to
each
draw
side.
back up to 5.
Yep. Alrighty, so who violated privacy rights with new brain scan devices? We now go to live footage of an overbearing boss in our continuing coverage of North and South Korea posturing and saber rattling, activists faking terrorist threats, a long list of codes to memorize, a devastating record tornado season, an out-of-date printer error, the U.S. seceding from Florida and the USA, or auto-cannibalism.
That's cards against humanity.
It was also in the news when I was making this game. I think for an overbearing boss violating people's privacy rights with new brain scan devices, I'm going to have to go with continuing coverage of Key West seceding from Florida and the USA. Nope, we're out. You can't brain scan us, we're going.
Alright, let's set up this next one.
Wait, is this a stack of...
Those are your points. I think those are the points for that seat, and these are the points for this seat, so you enter that one.
Alright, so for this
You inherited points from the person who died.
don't
I
recycle too many
left
stories.
and left that seat.
You
Can't kill me! I'm already dead tomorrow!
So what's with these?
Which one?
Over with these over here.
Those are
Those are the ones.
played, and the person who was sitting there before you.
Go onto the pictures. Yeah, those are just points.
So you inherited 5 points.
So 6 because this was
And all the pens.
6 points.
Alright, so you're going to want a full card.
And the ground was blood and mess with that crap. We were watching it on the way here.
It's so good.
Gordon Preachman was
haven't even-
studying in his
I haven't played one
I
yet.
haven't even...
Oh, he is so confident. All right.
I am just that confident.
The birds in the sun went almost down from the top.
All right. The leading cause of a hoax about a miracle cure is what? If you vandalize the school with the senior class as a prank, that would cause it. Blank didn't know and paid for it.
I am confident with my choice.
You are very confident. The leading cause of a hoax about a miracle cure is this. If you vandalize the school with the senior class as a prank, that would cause it. This fool didn't know and paid for
I just got here.
Supposed to be 7.
So fool.
You go from here or? Yes.
All right. All right.
You thought it was a fool. But it was me. Theo.
Oh my god.
Those meddling kids didn't know and paid for it.
I'm still waiting to hear in the news when someone's on death row and their last words are, "I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids." If I was on death row, that's what I'd say.
Didn't know and paid for it. The leading scientific journal didn't know and paid for it.
That should be an adult-rated Scooby-Doo cartoon.
An elderly web surfer didn't know and paid for it. A Playboy Arab prince didn't know and paid for it. The President of the United States didn't know and paid for it.
I believe that.
The FDA didn't know and paid for Yeah, it's a hard one because no pun intended, there is a Trump card in there.
Is there a big black dick card?
No, but we do have some more adult-themed cards. We currently have them sorted out because we didn't know.
Among other things, we don't want to step on someone else's territory.
Some of these aren't.
Yeah, like the inevitable robot.
Some of the regular.
Oh, some of the regulars got it.
Oh, because our total example was.
Why? I was in a hurry when we set this up, so.
So yeah, these are the cards.
All right. While that's being explained, yes, I am going to go with the President of the United States. We laid that one down. Which one were you confident in?
The FDA.
The FDA? That was if it hadn't been for the President of the United States.
I was confident.
It was a good choice. It was a very good choice. In fact, it was a perfect choice. There was just,
A Trump card.
You activated your action.
But it didn't win, so it was just a Trump card.
I was missing a bad decision card, but it didn't matter.
All right, time to set up the story.
After a poetically unjust community service sentence, they announced a boycott of Sesame Street. That's this fool in a nutshell.
I'm not quite confident enough to play that before seeing the story.
Can you read it again, please?
After a poetically unjust community service sentence, they announced a boycott of Sesame Street. That's blank in a nutshell. This fool.
I think I might have overthinked that one. Is it supposed to go over here?
Yeah, you always pass it to the judge, or wherever the judge is collecting the cards.
All right.
Oh no, we're on camera. I'm gonna have to be on the.
Hey, this one's me.
Has the curse struck?
After a poetically unjust community service sentence, they announced a boycott of Sesame Street. That's the idiot responsible for this mess in a nutshell.
That was just too perfect.
It just flows off the tongue.
They announced a boycott of Sesame Street. That's a third world warlord in a nutshell.
Genghis Khan bank boycotting Sesame Street. Stupid Mongolians!
Kim Jong-un boycotting Sesame Street.
He would. They announced boycott Sesame Street. That's a big game poacher in a nutshell.
Genghis Khan again.
They announced a boycott at Sesame Street. That's a social justice warrior in a nutshell.
I think I know the winner.
Damn it.
Oh boy. As soon as they see this, they're going to be triggered. They announced a boycott of Sesame Street. That's a straw man for hire in a nutshell. They announced a boycott of Sesame Street. That's the Republican National Committee in a nutshell. They announced a boycott of Sesame Street. That's a concerned grandparent in a nutshell. Okay, I'll admit that's good. A grandparent getting open arms about Sesame Street. But ultimately, I got to go with the social justice warrior.
Thank you.
This third way Tumblr feminism is a thing.
Who has not gotten a tag yet?
I got 2 last year. Thank you.
You want another one?
No thanks. I got 2. I got 2, so I got plenty.
I have never been here before, so I would be happy to get one.
Well then.
It's shiny.
Welcome aboard.
All right, it's my turn. What's this? That's it.
Yep. Pokemon. What do you want?
Speaking of, I did finally evolve my Chansey today.
Indeed.
Sadly, it's just a tad too big for it to actually stick in place properly.
It does not work at all. Neither do my glasses.
We now return to the unfolding situation where components of the cockroach infested restaurant feel like a tragedy because the new Miss Universe is blank.
I want to do a fan.
Oh my! We now return to the unfolding situation where complaints of cockroach-infested restaurant food led to tragedy because the new Miss Universe did this bad decision.
This time it's different. This time
This isn't different at all.
This is Steve.
Can you read it again?
Still my favorite.
We now return to
Still my
the
favorite Dr. Weird.
We now return to the unfolding situation. We now return to the unfolding situation where complaints of cockroach-infested restaurant food led to tragedy because the new Miss Universe bad decision.
The new Miss Universe
made a bad decision.
What did she do that led to a cockroach infestation in the restaurant food?
Or that led to tragedy because of it.
She let kids buy things on eBay unsupervised.
Including other kids.
And apparently cockroaches.
I said other kids, didn't I?
We now return.
Mine could either be beautiful or not work at all because the wording is a little.
We now return to the unfolding situation where complaints of cockroach-infested restaurant food led to tragedy because the new Miss Universe sold the bugs as Dakota's features.
Bugs, yeah.
Led to tragedy because the new Miss Universe abandoned a child.
Terrible, but I also had led to
Because the new
cockroach.
Miss Universe prefer their folk music being in a public toilet. Because
She was the
Miss-
Pied Piper on the public
I want to
toilet.
know the story
She was
behind
the
that.
Pied Piper on the public toilet.
Because the new Miss Universe ran away while police cruisers slowly rolled along behind.
I think the person was drunk.
Because the new Miss Universe sold counterfeit goods on a courthouse lawn. Because the new Miss Universe yelled obscenities during a worship service. Because the new Miss Universe sold diseased horse meat as clean beef.
Oh.
Oh my.
Okay, he's gonna get out of here. This one makes sense, but this one's hilarious. Sold the bugs as the TARDIS features.
Yes. That's why I said, because it said bugs in the code. The code may have thrown it off and made it not funny. But it was bugs, so I had to try.
Yeah, I think it paid off.
Bugs in the code. Oh, that's a feature. We're an insect-eating restaurant. Madagascar hissing cockroaches anymore?
Clearly, the code is more
My favorite part is cockroaches are one of the cleanest animals out there. If you're not allergic very specifically, they clean themselves off better than we do. I still don't want to find them in my food.
Meanwhile, like, there'll be flies in a restaurant, but half the time they ignore
See,
them.
the thing is, the cockroaches are clean. The presence of cockroaches indicates that the restaurant is not clean and is giving them a food source.
This is very true.
I found a cockroach that landed on its back in my house last week, and I was like half asleep, so I just kind of walked past him like, oh, poor guy. I went to the bathroom, I came back, and I'm like, oh, you're still there.
All I know is I was so
outside.
ready to win that I had double green.
See, they don't mean anything.
In hand at 6 tails. I could have just
Viva la Revolution! The Fairly Odd Parents episode.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like spiders, you know, if they're not poisonous times, just don't get in my hair, we're fine.
Stay out of my bedroom.
Yeah.
Or on my personal effects that I'm immediately involved in. So like if I'm into my computer and you're on my computer,
Centipedes that aren't the big furry centipedes.
the house centipedes.
House centipedes totally weird me out, but they can live.
Oh, yeah, 'cause they call the other stuff.
Other centipedes have sent me to the hospital multiple times, they die on sight. I am apparently allergic to centipede.
Well, don't go to Japan.
I won't go to Japan.
Or at least when you're in Japan, don't go outside when it rains. Because these things get this big and they can kill a non-allergic person. And they're just commonplace. Like the building I used to work at, when it rained, you lift up the front mat and there's like
Alright, guys. New story.
they look beautiful.
If you email bank account information to a Nigerian prince, if you email bank account information to a Nigerian prince recently, you may have had the same reaction to heated global warming debates as blank. It's a cool book. It's cool. Got it.
You may have had the same reaction to
Heated global warming debates.
This would be where the Trump card would come in.
The curse. Should you guys have cards?
Yes, 7.
I don't even know who
You're not supposed to.
Alright. If you email a bank account information to a Nigerian prince recently, you may have had the same reaction to heated global warming debates as a clueless tourist. You may have had the same reaction to heated global warming debates as an out-of-touch top executive.
I do not want to start a new game. We need to go sleep. We need to go? We can't start a new demo of Kitsune tonight. We do not have time. Okay. We're going to have to sleep tonight because we have to be going again at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Okay. So we will teach you tomorrow in room 412.
We are going to teach you how to be villains.
Actually, yes.
You may have had the same reaction to heated global warming debates as the default villain game protagonist. Which honestly is over this It's almost a hit. You may have had the same reaction to heated global warming debates as the VP of Google. Go all night. You may have had the same reaction to heated global warming debates as the French presidential candidate. You may have had the same reaction to heated global warming debates as the junior Florida senator. I'm already having trouble going telling the difference between these individuals. And you may have had the same reaction to heated global warming debates as the same person 12 times in a row.
May not be in the room tonight. It's about a half hour. I know that somebody brings a decent library of stuff they did last year.
Yeah, because I forgot to bring my copy of it, so that's also one less thing I have to carry around.
What do you need?
I was hoping someone brought Betrayal at House on the
I To be perfectly honest, I'm going to say that I can believe the same person 12 times in a row actually beat.
with the GM.
All right, I think it's time to pack up.
All right, unfortunately, we have to go.
Anthrocon 2017, give Rory a round of applause.
What about some tom drums, like an 808 taco? Need one of those clap sounds. And maybe like a hi-hat.
Anthrocon, you're ready to get down tonight.
Maybe some noise. Let's make sure we got all the cool guys. Put some bass in it.
Well, it has happened. Thursday, the escalator has broken.
Affect the color because the color is already in the plastic. Fur, the fake fur is just very fine plastic. So all this is plastic. She's a mountain lion grizzly bear hybrid. I think I'm the only one with that hybrid, so I've never heard of it. I think I might create a new species.
Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Anthrocon 2017, our 21st annual convention and our 12th here in this most beautiful city of Pittsburgh. I made a solemn promise to the board of directors who you see sitting up here last night that I would not ramble this year, so I'll try to keep things, I promised, I'm going to try to keep things as short as I can. I'll give you a brief history of Anthrocon. The world was formed about 4.5 billion
The sun is a gigantic laser.
This year we've chosen as our theme, take me out to the ball games. We got beautiful PNC Park down there. And it's America's old-time tradition, and hence, if you're a super sponsor, you might have seen we chose an Anthrocon ball cap. That was their idea. It was my idea to make it light up and blink. You said they didn't like it. You like it? In your face. We are extremely pleased to have as our honored guest this year a gentleman whose voice you have undoubtedly heard at least once in your life. One of the finest and best known voice actors today, Mr. Charlie Adler, is backstage. Mr. Adler, would you be kind enough to join us out here if you're still awake? I'll tell you what, we give you a microphone and you say wonderful things about us.
Hi. I'm not used to a microphone.
Remember, there's kids present.
So I had a very strange dream last night. You were all in my suite. You weren't as well dressed. Whoa! So I get a phone call from my agent a couple months ago that said, you've been invited to a convention in Pittsburgh. I said, well, sure. She said, well, it's a furry convention. And I thought it was a euphemism for a body part. Now I know. Anyway, so far, you guys have been so amazing. My hosts, our hosts, are off the charts, gracious and generous and wonderful. And I look forward to meeting you, and let's have a kick-ass weekend.
Mr. Adler will be with us until late Sunday afternoon. He does have to get home and get back to work, but we are very, very pleased to have him this weekend. He did pop his nose into the dance last night. Typically, we show the guests of honor the dance, and they look and say, oh, that's cool, and then they want to go to bed or something. My understanding is Mr. Adler popped his nose in the back during the dance last night and said, party! And we couldn't go to bed. So we think this is going to be fun. Say cheese.
Easier. And may I just say one thing?
Please.
Ooh.
That was one thing. Yes.
Oh!
It's two things.
Mmm.
Where's this guy?
We also have a couple of special guests this year. Apparently, Joaquin Baldwin had so much fun last year, he's playing hooky from work. Don't tweet this because his boss thinks he's in the men's room, but he's running around here and hopefully enjoying our company as much as he did last year. We're going to be presenting some incredible performers on this very stage this weekend. Alkali Bismuth is going to be his first full-time set on the Anthrocon stage. We have Mr. Fox Amour and many of his compatriots. He's got everybody. He brought Alexander Adams. He brought that guy who plays the thing. I'm a little battle-brained this morning. I mean no disrespect. Oh, great.
So, actually, Sam, there is someone special backstage that you don't know about that's here.
I don't like surprises.
Actually, we kept this from the board because there is someone very special backstage. It is our honor to welcome the Chief Marketing Officer for Visit Pittsburgh, Mr. Tom Loftus, who has something very special to give to Dr. Conway.
Thank God, I thought that guy was a cop.
Tom, can you come up here? Everybody, Chief Marketing Officer for Visit Pittsburgh, their official representative here today.
It's not a summons, is it?
Good morning, Anthrocon. Are you happy to be back in Pittsburgh? I'll tell you, we're happy to have you back. We love you. We love you. And this is a tremendous honor for me. And I just want to say on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh and all your friends at Visit Pittsburgh, including Kristen Turner, who's helping you every day here, and Sarah Holzer, who was responsible for bringing you here 12 years ago, welcome back to Pittsburgh. We love having you. Thank you. Welcome back for your 12th year. That is freaking amazing to me, 12 years. That's twice as long as my marriage lasted, so. I know that's a commitment, and we appreciate that. In a moment, I'm going to read you a proclamation from Mayor Bill Peduto. And if you know Mayor Peduto, he's been in the news a lot lately. Yes. But I'll tell you what, not everyone gets a proclamation. But you all deserve it because of all you do for our city of Pittsburgh. So give yourself a round of applause. And I'm telling you why you're getting a proclamation. You've become great ambassadors for our city. The way you welcome our visitors, the way you interact with our residents, everybody's a fan. I'm a huge furry fan, and not just because of what you've done for the city of Pittsburgh and all the money you've raised for us, but I think you're one of the coolest groups we have in Pittsburgh throughout the year, seriously. I remember asking my daughter what the definition of cool was. She said, opposite of you, Dad, that's the definition of cool. So. Hey, listen, though, I remember my first interaction with a furry 12 years ago. I'm one of those stuffy suits, as you can see. I was walking down Grand Street, here comes a furry, gave me a hug. And you know what? I went from saying, what the heck was that, to the next year is, when are the furries coming back? And that's what people are learning about you. And that's a lot of reaction. That's even before I learned everything you did for Pittsburgh and everybody else. Now everybody knows when the conference is over, you'll leave thousands of dollars to charities. I'll tell you what, that's the nicest thing any group does for Pittsburgh. Again, give yourself a round of applause. But even more important is what you leave behind is memories for us, smiles for us. I'll tell you, I see you on the corners, I see you riding on the back of cars and trucks, wherever. I see you on a boat last night. Way to go, that's new. But listen, I'm the Chief Marketing Officer, and I always tell my staff to look for those wow moments that we can publicize. Every time you guys walk out the hotel, it's a wow moment for Pittsburghers. So we're proud to have you. So let me read this proclamation from the mayor. It has a bunch of whereas. If it was for me, it would have a bunch of dumbass, you know. But this is from the mayor, so it's official. Whereas Anthrocon is the world's largest convention for those fascinated with anthropomorphics, attracting artists, animators, costumers, puppeteers, and just everyday fans. who enjoy cartoon animals. Whereas Anthrocon consistently breaks unofficial records annually for its gathering customers and event attendees. The event has grown to attract more than 7,300 participants. Way to go. Representing more than 20 countries. Whereas the Anthrocon convention continues to bring in significant money to Pittsburgh with more than $60 million since you started coming. That's great. Yeah, 12 years. But even more important, you've raised over $250,000 for local charities. Again, unheard of for conventions coming to Pittsburgh. So now therefore be resolved that I, William Peduto, Mayor of the City of Pittsburgh, do hereby declare June 28th to July 2nd, 2017, Anthrocon Week in Pittsburgh, here in our most livable city of Pittsburgh. So thanks again, enjoy yourself, and welcome home. We appreciate it. Thank you.
That is amazing. I want to thank you so terribly much, and please pass our incredible thanks on to His Honor the Mayor. And I was just thinking, wouldn't it be cool if we ever got to the point that in any given year we were Pittsburgh's largest convention?
Wow. Let's go for it next year.
Bring your friends. Because I basically, the city's convention organizers pretty much, talk to each other. I'm looking forward to sending an email to those guys saying, yeah. Pittsburgh likes us better than you. Okay, we had made mention of fursuiters, and what we'd like to do for the city of Pittsburgh, we are going to be having the fursuit parade again Saturday at 2 o'clock. The weather is, we don't know. They keep saying there's like a 50% chance of rain. Okay, yeah. If we are going to have rain, we are going to try to keep the parade route, the very, very, very brief uncovered portion as short as possible. If we think the rain's going to hold off, we will have more room for the nice folks of Pittsburgh to be able to see the amazing wearable artwork that we present to them every year. Also, a little bit different this year, it was always fun in the past for the nice folk out there to have their pictures taken with the fursuiters, but we can't have them stop. There's too many of them. We're going to be opening up Hall D of this convention center. That's the one on the ground floor, on the left side as you're looking at the river, as a sort of public meet and greet area. Fursuiters, if you are up to it, notice how I said that in all caps? There will be a little turn-off at the end that you can go downstairs to the meet and greet instead of returning to the end of the parade in Hall A. Also be advised that if you do not want to go outside, you do not have to. We've got a little diversion there as well. So we are looking forward to that fursuit parade, as we do every year. And it was mentioned that Anthrocon seems to like to raise money for charity. The most qualified person to talk about that is Rigel, who's sitting around here somewhere. Is he? Or is he down at the, what's his place? He's down at the table actually working. Unlike the rest of us who are shirking our duties up here. But our charity this year is Hope Haven Farm and Sanctuary. They are a somewhat unique organization that takes in farm animals that are facing abusive situations. It's a small outfit. We like supporting these small outfits, especially those that are local here to the beautiful city of Pittsburgh. I would like to welcome back once again some folk who have become indispensable to Anthrocon because they allow us to bring the Anthrocon experience to folk who might not necessarily enjoy all of it. Our incredible interpreters, you see, Bick is here, Lauren is waiting backstage. We welcome Bick and his biceps, and Lauren back. See, I like to tease Bick and basically, have him say things like, "Don't I have the most amazing biceps? I'm going to stand here and flex for you." I have the most amazing biceps. I'm going to stand here and flex for you. I'm going to learn enough American Sign Language so I can recognize when they're saying Sam is being a jerk again. I've just been handed a note, whereas Rigel is working very hard, a representative of Hope Haven Farm and Sanctuary is here. I do apologize. Where is our representative? Do come up here. Oh, there we are. She'll be joining us up here in just a moment. You can have my spot. Tell these good folk what this is.
Hi, thank you. Hi, I am Karen. I am the founder of Hope Haven Farm Sanctuary, and I just wanted to thank you all so much for welcoming us, the animals, myself, and our representatives that are downstairs to your event this weekend. We are so excited and pumped to be here. And I was actually thinking as I was driving in this morning with Sandy the goat in the back of my SUV, that there's so many similarities between Hope Haven Farm Sanctuary and Anthrocon. Hope Haven is a small farm. We're about 20 minutes north of here, and we take in abused and neglected farm animals. We take in about 150 currently in our residence right now, and they're really amazing animals because they come from all different areas, they have all different histories and situations, they're different breeds, they're different species, but the amazing thing about these animals is they all come together at the farm and they all get along amazingly well. They become friends, they spend the days together, they just are just good friends now that they live at Hope Haven, and it just showed me like the similarities that I see here, even in the short amount of time that I've been here thus far. I just see so many friendships and so many happy people here, and it's just a really neat similarity between you guys and the farm, and it's just really exciting for us to be involved. So thank each and every one of you for allowing us to be a part of it. And I'm excited to meet you all and make some friends and have a great, great weekend. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Remember, as a scientist, I can tell you that currency, if you examine currency under a microscope, it harbors no fewer than 68 human pathogens on average on any bill. Money is filthy. This lady has a means of sanitizing it, so all the money you have, leave it at the charity table and she'll take care of it. I enjoyed the visit we had to Hope Haven because as soon as we walked up to the gate, this emu came walking up. And he was like, dude, I'm an emu, isn't that cool? I'm like, yeah, that's great, you know. He's like, can I do something for you? I said, yeah, we're here to see the boss. So he said, okay, come with me. That's pretty much how it was. And he because I think emus come from Philadelphia. Which I do. Actually, that reminds me, Charlie, you're originally from New Jersey, aren't you?
Okay, are you sitting down? Yeah.
Really?
Patterson.
What accent is that?
Patterson.
What accent is that?
Hell. It says point of no return. It's actually, no, my family was from there, and then here's something weird, you guys. You got a minute? You got a minute? What you doing?
I'm not going in.
I want to tell a story. So,
Hey. That's
here's
my
the story. So, I was born in Patterson, NJ, and then my father, who was a salesman, shipped all of us to Quincy, Massachusetts, and Framingham. Are you Quincy, Framingham? So I grew up talking like this in school, and I sounded like a Kennedy. I'm like 6 years old, I even had the Kennedy haircut. And then they moved us to New York, where I was having the crap beat out of me because I sounded like a Kennedy. So I started to talk like this so they wouldn't kill me. And I did a show called Cow and Chicken. And Chicken was based on me as a teenager. Sounded like an absolute ass. So yes, that was a long-winded answer.
I like this guy. Okay, while I'm desperately trying to think of what I'm going to say next and not ramble, we try to keep this short, a very, very fast introduction of these folks sitting up here, Anthrocon's board of directors, starting all the way at the end there, hiding by, that's Peter Cat, that's the See, oh yes, the furry cruise. That you might have seen. KP was out there putting that furry cruise together. Did you guys like that this year? Should we try it again next year? Okay, I think so. Just write that down. Good, good. Let's see. Announcements. You got one. Use yours.
Okay, do have just a couple of quick announcements. We are trying some new things this year. Thanks to Visit Pittsburgh, there is a Snapchat filter that is now valid and will be running until Sunday around 5 p.m. So if you want to Snapchat some things, you can put an Anthrocon filter. It has little paw prints going up the side of the screen. It's really, really cool. We are also working with the City of Pittsburgh and Allegheny County and Planned Parenthood. We have worked, and there will be free HIV screenings available today and tomorrow for any that want to go. They can go to the Planned Parenthood office. There will be a table right outside where the Visit Pittsburgh pop-up booth used to be. Visit Pittsburgh pop-up booth and Welcome Center is now down on the first floor in the East Lobby. You can buy things there, and there is a selfie stand that you can take pictures of yourself there. And we wanted to thank the Clipper Cruise Line for the awesome cruise. And also we wanted to thank our partners in media, KQV Radio, WDVE Radio, KDKA Radio and TV, WPXI, WTAE, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and the Pittsburgh Tribune. They all gave us great coverage this year. We want to thank each and every one of them.
And speaking of which, I wish I'd put this up, give it to you so you could project this. The City of Pittsburgh always puts up a welcome banner for Anthrocon with the art of Tani Darial out there. You saw that black banner with the Pittsburgh colored cat. They did a little something for us. This was a subtlety. The Pittsburgh marketing slogan is Pittsburgh, mighty, beautiful. If you look at the little slogan and logo in the bottom of our flag out there, it says Pittsburgh, mighty, beautiful, furry. Let's see. Safety. The safety of our attendees is of absolute importance to us. If you are fursuiters, there is water everywhere we can think to put water. Please do make use of it. We once again welcome the Dorsai Irregulars who have been performing security services for conventions such as this and other fandoms since 1970. We also are very, very pleased to welcome representatives of both Allegheny County Sheriff's Department and the Pittsburgh City Police who are here for your protection and your safety. We have, interesting how it turned out, we have additional officers in the Westin this year, and we were worried that it might make it look like there was something to be worried about. The honest truth is they were getting into a fight over who got to do the duty, so we just said, okay, bring them both in, okay? So it was to keep the peace. All right, anything else? Wait a minute, what? Oh, food trucks. Yes. The chef will tell you about food trucks.
Yes. We have some food trucks coming into downtown Pittsburgh. For the first time. 1121 Penn Avenue outside of Ides Entertainment. That away for a block. They will be here today from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Go eat everything they have.
Anything else? Yo, I'm looking at the blinking cats out there. It looks like, a construction zone from up here. Yeah? It does. It looks like Fort Pitt Tunnel. Okay. All right. I'm pretty sure that's... yes?
I'll talk. Okay. And first, I just want to ask anyone who was here at the dance last night? Yes. I hope you like our new setup here. Just want to say, well, I didn't put this up by myself. It was actually my crew back there. So please give them a hand for that. And please enjoy the dances tonight.
Tiny did tiny detail that I wanted to bring up. In the lobby of the Omni William Penn is a concert grand piano that for many, many years sat in Heinz Hall and was used in performances of the Pittsburgh Symphony. It has been touched by luminaries such as Liberace. Just about anybody who is anybody in the piano world has had their hands on that piano. I was looking at it, and I happened to mention to the manager at the Omni, I said, you know, we got this Scottish guy who just loves to play piano. Wouldn't it be great if we can get him to play? And I was expecting to, no, fingerprints, no, you mustn't touch it. And he said, yeah, that's fine. So Saturday night around 5 o'clock, there's going to be sort of a quasi-impromptu Foxamore piano recital in the lobby of the Omni William Penn, if you'd like to go out. You mean Foxamore is here? What does Foxamore look like? I'm just curious. Make him stand up, Alkali. Pick him up there. That's Foxamore, ladies and gentlemen. And he brought his parents, so say nice things about him. All right, sit down, you kind of beadwax. Okay, we are out of time at this point. We have absolutely nothing else left to discuss.
We have one other thing, Sam.
We have nothing else left to discuss.
No, we have one other thing.
We do not have anything at this time, so I'm going...
Last year, during the charity auction, we auctioned off the renaming of Uncle Kage's badge to the highest bidder. The bidder who won was able to select the badge name for Uncle Kage this year. That bidder was Vulpus Rex. Is he out here?
There he is. Right there.
Oh, stand up.
Wave your arms.
This badge name has been kept secret for several months. Even though Uncle Kage has tried to pry it out of me by several nefarious
bribery,
means.
threats, torture.
Yes. So we now have Uncle Kage's new badge here.
What is it? What is it?
This badge name.
I'm gonna ask Mr. Adler to read it. Just
so you know, the highest authority available was consulted on this badge name, and that person agreed to it. It is someone known to Uncle Kage, and I don't know if she's sitting out there in the audience right now.
Is it Grandma Kage?
I'm sure he knows who it is.
Is it Grandma Kage?
Is elder abuse a crime? Could I impose on you, Mr. Adler? I'm apparently to be known by this moniker this weekend.
Sam and Wilma's Bowie.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Chef Bitch. On that note, we're going to let these good folk up here get back to work. We're going to let Mr. Adler have a little bit of a rest before we start
You can just lay the body out here. Just lay the body out here.
We'll do that.
Put an apple in my mouth and come visit me.
So in the interim, you guys are looking forward to having fun. We're not going to keep you any longer right here with Declare Anthrocon 2017 open for business.
Piggies!
Yeah, we should probably bring it down and then you're about to knock someone in the head.
Three, two, one.
I got my box of heads.
It's a box of cappuccino furries.
You're next.
No.
Don't wear your motorsuit puppy. Don't wear your.
Asylum of
Just relax.
Even farther west. He's pouring on the trailer.
Hi. Thanks for coming to Anthrocon. Bye.
Oh my God.
Dealer's room, getting big as always. Some of the animals from Hope Haven here. As always, the charity auction has some items on display. For the auction, this giant Zootropolis poster, the European name for Zootopia that we know here in the United States. All right, I'm gonna go through these, but I'm going to avoid any artwork that may be up here for obvious reasons. As always, the golden ticket is going to be up for auction to give you instant access to the elevator. We've got a Guardians of the Galaxy Rocket Raccoon plush backpack buddy. Again, that will be in the auction. Now, I'm trying to figure out what this is here. From the looks, it looks like some kind of gaming system here. Okay, so it's a Raspberry Pi emulation station. So it's a game emulator. All right, and
Raspberry Pi.
It says RetroPie on there, but the description says
that's the kit.
Yeah, that's the kit. All right, and
console on its own.
we got Jericho the Rhino a fursuit partial by City Mutt. And as always, 4 nights in one of the 3 hotels, the Westin, Omni, or Courtyard. So that'll be quite something there. There'll be a full color commission by Rookies that's also up for auction. We have a exclusive Zootopia popsicle. It's a pin. I just love just love Finnick on the bottom. Really love him. All right, over here. Now these are raffle items. We have an LAMO wolf plush down here. All right, up here we have a BlizzCon 2016 goodie box. And this contains a beer mug, a Diablo 3 tabletop gaming dice set, a microfiber tablet cleaning cloth, a StarCraft 2 Baby Overlord antenna topper, a Heroes of the Storm guitar pick keychain, a World of Warcraft reversible coaster, and an Overwatch inflatable Reinhardt hammer. Up here we have a 2014 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Transformers Dinobots set. On top we have a Transformers action figure. There's actually 3 of these. This includes all you see here. We have a Simba plush. It's as simple as that. Now this is Eyes and Ears. Now this is a magazine that is exclusive to Walt Disney World and Disneyland cast members. Now this one is obviously with Zootopia on the cover. So, but Eyes and Ears is pretty much what's going on in Disney World, Disneyland. Again, this is usually available only to cast members. We got different fursuit parts. We have pink hand paws, we got a fox tail, and we have a bird partial. Over here, we have a double XL t-shirt. We have 2 t-shirts actually. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, there's 3 t-shirts here. I didn't see that. Okay, so there's 2 of them are 2XL and one of them is 4XL. On top, we're gonna go to the Toothless plush, and this is made from the Build-A-Bear. Down here we have an Alienware graphics amplifier. So you computer nerds, this will be good for you. We have a few lanyards on the bottom. We have one of Groot and one of Guardians of the Galaxy. Over here we have a leather gold cat mask. Alright, on the bottom here we have a Fox Dreamcatcher, and that is hard cut. We have several books up here by rookies and signed by rookies. We have this monster box here. It's quite strange. Up here we have Super Munchkin, the guest artist edition. So you play Munchkin, you'll know what this is. We got a Nick Wilde pin on the bottom.
It's amazing to see those people who are better at 2 things that I would like to be good at.
And a simple lion wristband. We got a Pile of Pigs woodcut puzzle. And I'm going to try to avoid the artwork here. We have a illuminated Pokeball, which includes Raichu in the middle, which is cut through the glass. We have Thunderdome, the card game, which is one I've never seen before. We have a bronze kangaroo imported from China. Alright, this one up here is a book, so I'm okay with this one. A book of Disney Villains Delightfully Evil, which is a book by Jen Darcy. We got a Rainbow Dash lounge pants. We have DC Superhero Girls, and that's Wonder Woman. We got a Jungle Book pack, which includes a DVD, a twist drum, and a lunch bag. We have an official guidebook to Volume 2 to MLP Friendship with Magic. And now this was in my previous video I talked about, which is making its debut here in Anthrocon, Symbol of a Nation, which is an anthology. So that you got your opportunity to get that in the raffle. A big sign for clothing optional beyond this point. And over here we have a 2XL shirt featuring the quote by Scar from Lion King, "I'm surrounded by idiots." We have an MLP lunchbox. And they put this one down over here, 4 Nights at the Doubletree. We have a gift pack, looks like a bunch of Pokemon. Trying to see what's all in there. Alright, it's a jewel scent basket which contains a candle, soap, 2 Pokemon plushies, a Dragon Ball Z pop figure, and 10 mini Pokeballs with figures inside. We have chainmail, bracelet, chokes, and necklace. We have some classic plushes from Robin Hood, Prince John, and Maid Marian. We got some MLP plushes here, and it includes a box of them. We have Furry Forever hat, which is designed for this year's Anthrocon. Another illuminated Pokeball, this time with Charmander. Over here we have a Griffin puppet. Over here we have a certificate for distant healing sessions, which the person is offering 3 distant healing sessions for the winning bidder and their pets. Over here, a rainbow leather feather necklace. We got a couple of shirts over here, both of them in large size. We have Search Critter, a 3XL safety vest. And we still got a lot more to go, guys. We have this butterfly headband, a tiger throw, it looks like a fleece blanket. Over here we have Save Our Natural World Christmas crackers, and with each one porcelain animal figures in them, and also includes a penguin pin. The next one is artwork I'm going to avoid. We have Grumpy Cat, and it's a window clean. We have 2 lion throw pillowcases. Down here we have a giant foxy racer and a fox blanket and throw. We have 2 plushes, Judy and Nick from Zootopia. More MLB plushes. We have a giant carrot plush. We have a $100 Amazon gift card donated by Fur Science. We got a book, Art of Zootopia.
Draw them and then 10 o'clock on Sunday.
We have 2 mouse pads, and they include pins and stickers. And then we have deer ears and cat ears. And to wrap it all up, we have 3 different plushes. We have a 3-headed dragon, a crocodile, or it's called an alligator. I could never tell the difference. And a turkey puppet. So those things are up for auction for this year's charity. And as always, the charity show, which will occur on Sunday. All right, this is the line for those making purchases in Artist Alley. It's back that far.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am not following you at all. Look at my face, this is my
No, I got him going through it.
Mad Dog, no, Mad Dog 9 million. Get Mad Dog 9 million. Yeah, you bought Mad Dog 9 million. Go buy it.
Alright, now this I had to try because this particular burger, I'm at Bill's Bars and Burgers right here in the West End. Now I decided to order this because it was named a top 10 burger on CNN. So I was very curious. Here it is. It's called the Fat Cat. So it's a burger with American cheese, lettuce, tomato, on an English muffin. It's really different.
How's it taste?
Well, we're going to get to that.
Let me know, okay?
Alrighty. And I take it by still some sweet potato fries. So, we'll try this out and see how it is. I'm going to set myself down a minute. Let's see. Okay, let's see. And, oh, by the way, I almost forgot it has caramelized onions. Let's see. I'm going to put some ketchup on here. Alright. Alright. So the Fat Cat. Let's see how this is. I have to say, it's really different. I mean, it's pretty much a burger on an English muffin. Pretty good. So, I say give it a try. So yeah, I say give this one a try. I'll see you guys a little later. So it is Saturday here in Pittsburgh, and a lot of time has passed since last night. Now it's now 3:30 in the afternoon, and pretty much what has happened is that I did auditions for the variety show, which went horribly wrong. I was trying to do a vocal performance, and I just kept running out of breath. It just went horribly wrong, and not surprisingly didn't make the cut. So I'm just laughing at myself for failing that badly. But other than that, we did do the fursuit parade, which got a lot of attention. It actually got some attention on the radio, and I did post some links to some other outlets, one a radio station and one from the CBS station here. So if you look at my Twitter, I'll also put in the links. You can check those out. But for now, we'll just do some walking around, and then our next major event is not for another 3 hours. So I will see you a little later.
Yay, I'm loved.
Aww.
I remembered what I know.
Get ready to joust. Go!
Let it go. Breathe. Just let it. So as I wait for another, this is the one. See, it's more than having the world in my hands. It's like the galaxy is spread across the keys of this baby grand. So as we
Winner is green player.
Get ready to joust. Go. Once again, the winner is green player. Get ready to joust. Go.
Get ready to joust. Go. And the winner is Queen Player. Get ready to joust. Go. Get ready to joust. Go.
Hey, watch out for him in the couch. He's good.
And the winner is Orange Player. Get ready to joust. Go.
I tried.
I forgot my wallet. I'm going to the other
I tried so hard. Someone.
Get ready to joust. Go.
Don't take the control.
Freeze.
Let him go again.
Once again, winner is Orange Red.
Film you guys playing video? Okay, cool. Bomberman? Yep. Someone just died. So wait, the dead people are now outside? Yeah, they can now foil their opponents. And they can switch places too. Nice. Player 2 is the winner. That is crazy. What's going on? Oh, let's not get back there. It's all hey, get back there.
Let's give you an instruction.
Okay, paleo. Got it from my mother. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, he's dragging look at this guy talking here. Yeah, God. Oh my gosh! More like Andy Judge's cockhead. I haven't seen him forever.
I took a couple days to I told you. I want to be a big kid.
I've kept my shit up for years. It's seen better days. I have a new one coming in November from a different maker.
Oh no!
I'm 6 years old.
I know, that is about
I don't wear the body that often.
Yeah.
Because there are teams, minor league teams that are named after their major league affiliates. Like in Providence, they got the Providence Bruins. In Wilkes-Barre, they got the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins that I showed earlier. There's the Binghamton Senators, who are now moving to Belleville to become the Belleville Senators. Quad City Flames, and several other teams. Now, moving right along, Philadelphia Phantoms, where the Phantoms started out in Philadelphia in 1996, up until 2009.
Yeah, I think his name was what, Phil E. Phantom or something like that?
Flex.
Flex, that's right, that's right.
Yeah, Flex.
I was gonna say, didn't they have a mascot that was similar to Melvin?
I'm
pretty
not
sure
sure what
they
you're
did.
talking about.
I mean, if I remember correctly, there was a mascot for the Phantoms that had a similar design for Melvin.
I think I know what you're talking about. Dax the Beaver.
That's the one.
Yeah,
That's the one.
The Adirondack Phantoms mascot after they retired Flex. They introduced Dax in the beginning of 2011. I remember first looking at it, kind of chuckled a bit. Reminded me of something you would see on Nickelodeon or something like
Right.
that. But then it really grew to love him very quickly. I mean, sometimes first impressions, maybe at first they're not their cup of tea, but then you grow to love it. It happens with a lot of mascots that I first see, and then you grow to love them. It was kind of like that with Fins, for example. Not my cup of tea, but then you grow to like it. Sometimes you'll love it enough that it'll become one of your favorites. You might even buy a plushie of one of these. Anyway, Springfield Falcons of the AHL, Screech, who last year moved to Tucson, Arizona to become the Tucson Roadrunners to replace the Falcons. They now have the Springfield Thunderbirds, and their mascot here is Boomer, the Thunderbird. Boston Bruins, Boston Celtics, Blades and Lucky, respectively. The Washington Stealth mascot, Armor the Fox. They are a National Lacrosse League team. This is when they played in Everett, Washington, not Washington D.C. Not to confuse you with which Washington it is. They now play in Langley, British Columbia as the Vancouver Stealth. Hartford Wolfpack, Sonar. His name is Sonar because the team name Wolfpack gets its name from a fleet of submarines in Groton, Connecticut, where in a certain attack formation, I must say, when they were in a certain attack formation, that's when they would call them the Wolf Pack. And lastly, from Arena Football 2, Blitz the Wolf, Manchester Wolves, who originally started out as the Mohegan Wolves in Uncasville, Connecticut.
I got quite the assortment there.
Thank you.
You didn't drop any.
What time is it now? 11:48.
Where do you usually pick up the plushies? At the stadium?
Usually, when I get a chance to visit these places, and sometimes I order them online. I remember getting Melvin online because he wanted to become one of my favorites, strangely enough.
The big stainless steel Panther, they only have it at the stadium. They don't sell him online, so
Okay.
I was really lucky to.
You were lucky.
Yeah, looks like it's the biggest of them all.
Yeah, there was some merchandise I wanted to order online through this team site, but I couldn't find a team shop anywhere. It was a team based in Huntsville, Alabama, called the Huntsville Havoc. Their mascots are these two werewolves named Chaos and Ruckus. And I remember calling them, asking if they had like a team shop online. They said that you have to go to their games in Huntsville, Alabama to get them.
I'm gonna find some furries there and get in touch with them. Maybe they can
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
So I think we've got like 12 minutes left. 11 now. Yes.
I have a question for you, or maybe you could comment too. I noticed that all of those mascots are professional, and I was curious, like, what people think about the difference between college or university mascots and professional mascots. Is there a reason you don't have any college mascots as part of your collection?
I usually don't follow college sports too often. I mean, it kind of gets complicated with me. Not to mention there are certain rivalries that are a bit, over the top. I mean, I probably just never got into them too often. College sports in general.
Yeah, I think the growth, your affiliation with the more college sports, or from where you go to school or some school that's local to you, like there's such a rotation and interesting types of mascots that appear in minor league and major league sports. That I can see that being the big draw there. I think that a lot of like college mascots, they don't progress, they don't evolve the character because they're so ingrained with the alumni association. If they were to change a mascot, give it a makeover, that there's really a big backlash from the alumni. They want to see the mascot continue as it was when they were in school. Like just recently, they had Albert the Alligator from the Florida Gators, who had the same look for 20-some years, and they gave him a bit of a makeover to look like the made-over logo. So, yeah, it's the college mascots don't evolve as much as I think that as the pros do, unless it's something that's been around forever. Like, for example, the Calgary Flames have this white dog that
Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey the Hound.
Yeah.
He's had the same look for 20 plus years. It's actually the guy who invented him also started a mascot company called Street Characters that they've done a bunch of like minor league and hockey mascots.
Another thing that I've noticed, I recently moved to Boulder, Colorado, and the University of Colorado mascot is Ralphie the Buffalo, and they have a live buffalo that they run on the field.
yeah.
I noticed that a lot of the colleges have live, like real life mascots.
Mike the Tiger.
Yeah, LSU.
Yeah, or the Bulldog at Georgia.
Yeah.
And there was a time the Bakersfield mascot, Bakersfield Condors, had a live condor.
Oh, yes, I remember, yeah.
A few years ago that, once they let it loose, it started flying everywhere. They couldn't catch it and bring it down. This is why some people think it's not a good idea to have live animals in the mascot, but sometimes it is okay. I guess.
Yeah, Melvin fell down.
Don't do this to me, Melvin. Don't go extinct.
It actually looks like a fursuit I found. Have any of you heard of Burning Girl? I think that's how you.
What is it?
Pronounce this one. Well, I've seen that one, yeah. Yeah, when I first saw this, I thought it was a lot like it. When I first saw that, I thought it was a lot like it.
Oops, turn it.
Oh.
I've seen that guy before. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one. Actually, I think it was built by a guy out of the UK. I think the suit is now in the US somewhere. I think I last saw it a few years ago.
Australia.
Oh, sorry?
He was from Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that explains why it's a kangaroo character, I guess.
Which does bring up one particular point that I usually have running in my head. I used to listen to a podcast which is run by two actual mascots out in Florida called the Unsuited Podcast. I listened in on the very first episode. They did briefly mention about furries, and it's pretty much what. And one thing they says what they said the difference was that is that mascots that entertain others and that furries that entertain themselves. And I was like, not.
Furries entertain other people too, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean I always hear this stuff with mascots. The performers at least have this dysfunctional relationship with furries. They don't like being around them. Oh well, with us too being mascot performers, that doesn't reflect on all of us, but yeah, it's just like the performers just. I mean, I understand where they're coming from, but I don't think they realize how much of a similarity they are to fursuiters. If you agree.
Well, I think that for a large part that they know about furries and they don't want to get painted with the same brush that we are.
True.
Not have the greatest reputation in the public eye for years.
Yeah. Although, you know, our reputation is getting better over years.
There was a documentary from, I think around 2006 or so called Behind the Mascot, I believe.
Yes.
And they had an interview segment where they interviewed furries. And they went to Further Confusion and a couple other conventions. And there's also reaction shots from a number of the professional mascot performers that they interviewed. It's like, the furries, don't get me started, you know, their love of fur goes way beyond. But yeah, there's, they pretty much don't want to get a filly painted by the same brush there.
11:56. Oh, a few more minutes. Anyone have anything else they'd like to share at all? Or are we all set?
I have another question. So do you also know a lot about the sports teams besides the mascots? Like, do you tend to follow them?
It usually depends. Usually I follow the AHL. I know with I know like around the league we have like these officials who are really notoriously bad. We have the Koharski brothers, at least one of them now. I mean, there's one Koharski brother that's already retired, but the one we still have, Terry Koharski, who's like the worst official. I mean, he makes all these really bad calls. There was a time that in 2009, I think, when he was officiating a game in Abbotsford, the Abbotsford Heat coach, Jim Playfair, was so upset about a bad call that that this varsity brother made that, you know, he started jumping up and down, he took off his jacket, ripping it off, and, you know, then he was ejected from the game. There was like a YouTube video for it. I mean, you should see it. Just insane. Okay, anything else?
I think we should do this one quick story, which happened just this past month. Any of you know who Mr. Met is of the New York Mets?
Yeah, I think I heard something about him. You know,
yes,
flipping the bird, and then
yes,
the guy
and it is.
got fired.
Well, from what I've heard, he isn't actually fired from the team. He's still allowed to work with them. He just can't work in costume. But I think it pretty much shows how much you need to have a professional, because they actually have a team of part-timers who actually play the character. And, you know, yeah, if you haven't seen the video yet, yes, some fan, I forgot what he said said to him, but yeah, he just turned around and just flipped the bird out, and social media blew up. I mean, I understand with the Mets just keep falling short every year, but yeah, that shows just how much you gotta stay professional.
Anything else?
What's the announcement about the AHL?
Oh, yes, yeah.
You had left us in suspense.
Oh, there's a project I've been working on for the past few months, in case anyone is interested in hearing about this. I'm almost done with the project, actually. I did fan art of I'm doing fan art of all the mascots of all the teams in the league. And I have a small portfolio of it already.
Ooh.
Something I wanted to do for quite a while, and I can't believe I'm almost done with it now. I think I have like 3 to go, provided I don't have to edit anything.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So if you want to check it out, I have some cards to pass around, in case anyone's interested.
Cool. Thank you.
So you have the whole project online?
Well, I don't have it online yet. I mean,
The Anthrocon shirts now in different colors. It's been a while since I've been into this store. Oh, are these guys going to get a surprise? Just wait for them to look up and see what are all these fuzzy animals doing up there on the convention center.
You could hear it when he walks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at least got to weigh a few more pounds than a usual fursuit.
Oh, I would imagine, yeah. Wasn't able to get a good shot. Right?
Yeah, well, same here, but my camera batteries pooped out about a couple minutes before.
Oh, wow. So, how heavy is this?
We think it's between 50 and 60 pounds. We haven't actually weighed it.
Oh my
goodness. That's also a typical weight of a suit of half plate, of a light suit of plate armor or a field plate armor.
Wow, that is amazing. Spectacular.
So I think I was able to tag everybody.
This is absolutely
You just got some hot. We are headed back to the hotel. I am dying, so. Roger that, continue dying. Yeah. Another wrap. Very hot house. Yes.
Sunday, and everyone is heading to the dealer's den for the last minute purchases. Yeah, then they keep coming. They just keep coming. Wow, and they're still coming. As per the theme, there's a baseball game going on right now at PNC Park. And for a moment there, I thought that that flag right there was the Anthrocon flag. Would have been awesome. But no. I wonder how they're doing right now.
Do you need help with your site, Secretary? Please, Thank you, man.